Oh, thanks, everyone. I have two announcements. First, we didn't use EasyCater for this meeting, which is why the food never arrived. Also, and I just thought of this, effective immediately, everyone will be paid in wildly volatile cryptocurrency. You're all now billionaires. And now you're broke.
Bad ideas happen when there's no food for the meeting. So make sure it's on time and as ordered from more than 80,000 restaurants. Now, EasyCater.
You're rich again. And now you're not.
Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.
This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The Drippers, the Grasshoppers, the Hit Ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Right, your consultants are standing by. We'll take caller 9 at 844-999-OLA, and you'll play profile this in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, roofers near Toronto accidentally removed the wrong person's roof. Right before a huge thunderstorm.
Oh, no.
Of course they did.
Sorry.
Well, you're going to get
sorry.
You're going to get a new roof out of that, I'm hoping.
Eventually.
You think? I mean, you got to get another roof, so it can't be a used one.
Where was it at?
It's in Toronto.
I mean, I have to think Toronto, like, it's probably like a torrential downpour, right?
Yeah, if it's going to rain in Toronto, it's not good. Damn, how do you get it wrong, man? Which address was it again? I think it was this one.
Mm-hmm. Another,
right, and like,
I think this is the address.
it seems like somebody would have been like, hey, you sure you're on the right roof? I called for a new roof.
Mm-hmm. Somebody.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, if I called for, like, an exterminator, and the guy next door, the exterminator's in there, I might be like, are you sure?
Right, especially getting your roof removed. I'm pretty confident that no other neighbor at the same time...
I don't think anybody else was home. Probably just
There's no way.
well, maybe it was just a coincidence that his neighbor was getting his roof removed, too.
But except that it wasn't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Little Caesars has a new option that lets you order a pizza and pick it up without interacting with another human being.
Called going online.
They're installing new pizza portals that are basically heated lockers. No, this is Little Caesars. They don't deliver.
Oh, okay. All right.
Walk in, punch in a code to unlock it, grab your pizza, and leave.
Get it. Portal.
Okay.
Where's my pizza? It's in the portal.
I mean, like,
Whatever.
were people freaked out having to talk to the worker at Little Caesars?
Yeah, like,
What kind of workers are they hiring? Your Little Caesar says, look, we understand you don't want to interact with our employees.
we wouldn't want to touch him either.
The mutants, the hunchbacks, the one-eyeds, we know.
I mean, there's a commercial where a guy takes his shirt off inside their store. Like, it's Little Caesars. Like, they're not judging you for coming in and getting a bunch of $5 pizzas. They get, they get it.
Why do we keep feeding the social anxiety monster? It's okay. You don't
Do you not want to speak to someone when you physically leave your home to do a cash interaction for a product you want?
Hey.
I mean, it's like, sometimes you just got to suck it up,
Do you
man.
not want to be an adult?
Mike, I went through a period of my life where I ordered enough pizza that I ordered one and the guy goes, dude, you been okay? It's been like 3 weeks. This is sad.
And you even knew the guy.
Yes.
But you knew the guy, too.
Well, I mean, I didn't know him before he started delivering pizzas.
Well, I mean,
But you got to know.
Yeah, right.
I went to a fast food joint. The guy looked at me and says, weren't you here earlier?
Oh, today? Oh, no way. Was he right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. What was the fast food joint?
I'm not going to say.
Yes, you can. What was it?
Oh, Jack of the Box.
All right, what did you get the first time around?
I don't remember, man.
Yeah, you do.
It was a long
Yes, you do.
It was a long time
I
ago.
know you. You've got a hell of a memory.
I like the big cheeseburgers. That's probably what I got, was just the big
bacon
cheeseburgers.
ultimate?
Did you go back for the same thing, or did you go back and get something
I
else?
think I got something different.
Okay.
Weren't you here earlier? Like,
That's a testimony to Jack in the Box. He
Yeah,
worked
because-
there, and now he goes there twice
Well,
a day.
it's not just twice a day. It's you were within one guy's shift.
Right.
Because there's many shifts.
That
in
guy
a
was
day.
working a wicked long shift.
He wasn't
expect
working.
to see
He
him
wasn't
there.
working no double.
Right.
I mean, you got him in one window, man.
Damn it. I went through the drive-thru one time, and I walked in the second time, and he called me out. You're listening. You're a jackass. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone,
Did you feel
man.
embarrassed? Did you have any?
Incredibly.
Did you guilt shame that hamburger down or what? Did you cry when you ate it?
A little bit.
Oh no!
Oh, damn it. Alaska Airlines is going to...
He thinks I'm a
Wait, I like
loser.
that you tried to cover it up, and he still called you out.
He did. Alaska Airlines is going to...
Don't you used to do that?
Weren't you in the drive-thru earlier?
Yeah, didn't you do that to drive-thru? Like, you want extra soda? Yeah. Like, you get like 3 things.
I used to order extra sodas to make it seem like there was other people eating, not just me.
But when you pulled up and it's just you.
Well, drive-thru, people pick up a ton of food all the time.
Right, exactly.
Then who were you talking
but
to?
if you get 2 sodas, it makes it look like it's really legitimately for more than just you.
Alaska Airlines is going to start offering in-flight virtual reality headsets,
In-flight.
What could possibly go wrong?
but only to people in first class.
Oh, well.
Oh, sorry.
Our Fleet members can board now.
What are you back there watching a regular TV or movie?
I'm fighting like a
In the
samurai.
Avengers, bitch.
By the way, by the time they get to you, the cheese plate's going to be gone.
Oh, no.
And all the hot feet is cold.
A woman in Albuquerque broke into a KFC by climbing down through the ceiling, then asked the workers for some waters.
Oh, it was open when she broke in. Why didn't she just walk in the front door?
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you want to just come into place, why don't you just walk into
I think
place?
she breaks in and then goes, "Oh, I'm just here for waters."
I just need
okay.
water. I'm really thirsty after crawling through the ceiling. A Chick-fil-A in Florida gave a customer free food for life last week to help him celebrate his 100th birthday.
Damn.
Oh, what a D move. What a D-bag move. Matter of fact, you know what? If you make it to 100, all things should be free.
Sure.
They should have something like, look, you don't have to pay your electric bill anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you just...
We don't expect you to live through the next cycle.
Like, how much you really going to eat here? You know what I mean? Like, honest to God, you're 100 years old. You're not going to kill me.
I just hope that
Like,
guy's
you free
throwing like parties all the time, just getting giant platters of nuggets and tenders.
Wouldn't you be like, do you really think anybody who's 100 years old should have to pay for anything anymore?
Down with you.
You know what I
make
mean?
it to
Like,
100.
If you win that race...
You should have to pay more for prostitutes.
Flipping bottles so they'd land upright was a big thing in middle schools a couple years ago. Now physicists have figured out the perfect technique.
Well, middle school children already figured it out.
Yeah, I know, like, they've been doing it. I'm glad the physicist took the time, ask a third grader?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess.
And let's be honest, it was never that impressive of a trick.
Yeah,
but
no one's asking for the results of that now anyway. Like, no one asks. It's over with. The fad's done. Like, no one cares. It's gone.
Thank you, physicist.
Next thing.
There's a service in Japan that lets you hire a middle-aged uncle to do chores for you and offer life advice for $12 an hour.
Listen, I'm a middle-aged uncle. I don't do chores, and you should not take my life advice. It seems like a bad deal.
Middle-aged uncle.
Middle-aged uncle.
Right?
I'm sure that's a tab on some porn site.
It's not.
I mean, God,
Yeah, exactly. He's the guy that gives you a roll of magazines like, here, kid.
only been used twice.
Remember
Yeah,
what
like
I
the
told you.
advice I dole out is like, don't smoke a ton of weed till you're out of high school. Let your brain develop.
So you're out
A
of
little
it.
bit.
Yeah.
2 childhood cancer survivors in Memphis just got married at the same hospital where they met as kids 25 years ago.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's your one feel-good story of the day.
I mean, I think it's romantic, but it starts off so bad.
Yeah, I mean, they start with the heavy. It's like a Disney movie. Let's just kill the parents, and here's the rest of the movie.
They're just going to get that in sickness and in health part out of the way. You know.
But yeah, we got that.
A fashion designer just used models with 3 breasts at a fashion show in Italy.
Finally, my dreams have been answered.
Time out here. What do you mean they had 3 breasts?
It was 2 breasts with a prosthetic breast in between.
Okay.
I'm with you, Miles. They need to adjust those
Thank you.
headlines.
Yes,
Because
they do.
I kept flipping through, and it's like, they
Where
doesn't
is it?
exist yet.
I'm going to watch it anyway.
What movie is that from? The woman had 3 breasts.
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Do they have a trikini?
There must be 57 breasted.
Right.
There's
You got to buy 2 tops, 1 bottom.
6 breasts, 2 women.
There's a new flavor of M&M's.
Do the math on that.
I got a weird visual. Sorry, never mind.
6 breasts, 1 woman.
I'll show you later.
I'll rub her belly.
Oh, no. There's a new flavor of M&M's coming, and they're filled with Nutella.
Oh.
Game on.
It's not
Right.
actually-
I mean, that can't be bad.
it's not actually Nutella. It's a hazelnut spread is what
Doesn't
they're
matter.
saying. But
That's what
it's
Nutella is.
Nutella, yeah.
Right.
What'd you say that was? M&M's or Oreos?
M&M's.
Honestly, M&M's to me doesn't miss.
They don't. They know
Generally,
what they're doing.
whatever they put in there, I like it.
I even eat the talking
Reese's
ones.
cups too, man. I can normally trust Reese's.
Yeah, I stick original.
Police in Florida responded to a domestic call, and a pimple is to blame.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. First, the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. turf. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Conrad. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores. All right, Conrad, you understand how this here game is played?
Sure do.
Fantastic. Let's go to the fine state of South Carolina, where a preacher and his wife are now behind bars on separate charges after the woman kidnapped a 2-month-old baby while babysitting for the infant's mother. The way the story goes is the 31-year-old woman, she was babysitting for the mother of the 2-month-old infant when she disappeared with the child and then cut off all communication with the mother. Now, she was subsequently arrested and charged with kidnapping and unlawful conduct toward a child under 2. Now, during the course of that investigation, deputies discovered that her 33-year-old husband, the preacher, he was aware of his wife's drug addiction and admitted to helping her obtain illegal drugs in the past. They also learned that the preacher had assaulted his wife earlier that week, causing, quote, significant injuries. A warrant was issued for his arrest. He turned himself into police later that day. He's been charged with domestic violence, 2nd degree, and unlawful conduct toward a child. Do you believe that this God-fearing preacher and his wife, who also kidnap people and beat one another, are black, white, Mexi, or Asian?
What do my racial consultants think on this one?
Why did they kidnap the person?
Because they wanted to kidnap a kid, and I guess the wife was friends with the mother of the 2-month-old. She babysat, but took the kid, disappeared, just cut off all communication. Her preacher husband apparently was aware of the plan in the first place. And they also discovered he had beaten her, gets her drugs,
Conrad,
etc., etc.
I'm going to say, based on preacher husband, take out Asian.
Yeah. I mean, preacher to me generally says black.
Preacher says black or white
like,
to me.
I'm a son of a preacher man.
Yeah, there's white preachers, but I just feel like, granted, I grew up Catholic, but I feel like...
Sounds like a movie, doesn't it? White preacher.
White seems white or black. It doesn't when you hear the tone.
I think preacher, I just think of a black dude. If I hear, like, deacon, I think of a white guy.
See, I think of Deacon Jones, think of a black guy.
I think of a black dude. My grandfather was a deacon. I don't even know what the hell that is, but he was a deacon.
Oh, he was. All right.
It's basically a priest who still gets to get married.
Okay, that's good because he was married to my grandmother. But yeah, he was a deacon.
Conrad, what are you thinking? we weren't much of a help there. Sorry.
Tracking black or white on this one, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna go white.
Final answer.
Play the odds. Final answer.
All
white.
right. We're gonna find out if he was or they were black, white, Mexican, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, we head to South Carolina and profile this and a couple of people in trouble with the law. We've got a South Carolina preacher and his wife. His wife is behind bars after she kidnapped one of her friend's babies.
Apparently, you can't do that in South Carolina.
She was babysitting, and basically she just disappeared. When they did find her, I guess she'd been pretty badly beaten. It turns out the preacher beat his wife. She also was on drugs that he supplied illegally.
Yeah, they're quite the match made in heaven. He's a preacher. But the question was, were these two black, white, Mexi, or Asian? You went back and forth a little bit. In the end, you went white.
Oh, no.
Sorry. You know what? I take that back. You are correct.
Oh, it's like, what could it be?
My bad.
What is this?
Right.
What is this religion, though, where you can kidnap people and you can do drugs?
I'll tell you, it's the third Church of Christ. There's always the first one. Occasionally,
Well, no, seriously.
when you get to the third one,
You gotta
then
wonder,
it's okay.
because you never hear about these religions allow you to do all that stuff. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, they're Old Testament book of Exodus.
I don't think they have anything to. They could possibly.
I don't know, man. You need to reread the Bible. There's some weird stuff you can do.
It couldn't possibly have anything to do with that book. I'm sure this is a completely different religion.
Sure.
And now for all TV news all the time, and it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, Armageddon. The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
James Corden?
Never heard of him.
He hosts a late night show on CBS.
I don't know what any of that is.
The Late Late Show.
Right, late.
Good for him.
Shouldn't Little Caesar sponsor that? It's a late show. You can get pizza.
Are they open that late? Taco Bell should sponsor it. They're always like, dude, get in here late.
Call. Hey, but when this show ends, come on. Before the
That's what they
drive-through
should
closes.
do, right? Like, Hey, it's the beginning of James Corden. If you're watching this, just a reminder, we're open.
We're open.
Brought to you by Waffle House.
Right.
Open 24 hours a day.
Honestly, how are they not on that? If you were watching this, we're open.
At a hamburger at Waffle House a couple weeks ago. Pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
So James Corden, again, he hosts this Late Show.
On CBS.
CBS. So then, are you familiar with NPH?
Well, of course.
Yeah,
Neil Patrick Harris. Say no more.
Everybody knows him. He's such a big star now, I don't even know that I'd reference him as Doogie Howser anymore. But I did.
He's such a big star, I'm not quite sure what he's doing right now.
Right. He was massive on How I Met Your Mother as Barney Stimson?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic in Harold and Kumar.
Right, exactly.
He was in If You Have Kids, the Lemony Snicket's TV show, I want to say.
He also has performed on Broadway.
Yeah.
Not the Tonys.
On Tony. I see what you did there. He's also performed on Tony. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think you do. I think you liked Anthony better, but either way.
So those two guys show up on your door, unexpected. It's a singing telegram, right? Now, to their credit, they do a pretty good job mixing up lyrics and everything. But make sure you listen to the end and just remember, they're going to this woman's office because it's her birthday.
Oh, this is a good one. We are going to a nail salon and facial bar for a woman named Monique celebrating her birthday.
She'll make you look so fine, trimming your bikini line. Every time that you go swimming, you won't look shaggy. Starveling. Happy birthday, private waxer. All your customers are raving. Management is very happy.
They're harmonizing.
All the private parts you're shaving. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! It's your birthday today, right? No. Are you serious?
Really?
Is it yesterday?
No.
Is it tomorrow?
No.
Is it the weekend?
No.
When is it?
December?
It's not my birthday.
So sorry.
His own show, Pumpkin?
She has the exact demeanor you think she does too.
Just like, what the hell?
Like, it's not my birthday. If you want to see the full clips of the Veggie Facebook page, to their defense, I'm saying the song itself, like,
it's
all right,
great.
good work. I just
thought it through.
Yeah, she's like, no, it's actually not my birthday.
Sounded like a lot like an Elton John song.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
God. Well, and Corden's one of those guys, and I mean, I always forget, like, we know him now here, and like, but like in England and stuff, he is a massive celebrity.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go back to it, but
That means you do.
I know. I do not want to go back to this, especially because I know how much it bugs you. But when I was watching the royal wedding,
I'm going to go back to this.
The royal wedding. Oh, he was there.
He wasn't only there, he coordinated the entire reception, the singing, the dancing, everything.
Did?
Yes.
He had to be sweating bees, man.
Well, I'm saying there was other musical artists there.
No, but I mean, like, hey, can you coordinate this?
He was the guy who brought them all.
Right. Like, he basically...
all right, everybody.
He hosted the entertainment.
Welcome back to the royal
Harry
wedding
and Meghan
reception.
were like, get in there.
We have meatloaf in the bag.
Harry Meghan.
Harry and Meghan.
Would you like to see my Harry Meghan?
It's a little bit ginger.
Just a pig. It's a little bit ginger. I put the ginger
It's
in
like
the
a
ale.
sponge, isn't it?
I know you can't do it anymore as the actors are gone, but that used to be a great skit on SNL, rather when it was like, who's the original Queen's son? The guy that was married to Diana. Charles. So it's like Charles and the Queen, and then it's like when
This
they close,
Armisen.
yeah, when they close the doors, they have like Cockney accents, and they're like, like tell that bitch to.
When they walk back in, we're gonna take them down, right?
Yeah, he's got like his toothpick. Like they turn into English gangsters, right. From every English gangster movie ever. Speaking of English people, I believe the lead singer of this band was English. I say that now. He's not. He's from Tanzania or something, right? Queen. Freddie Mercury.
Madagascar, man?
No, it's not Madagascar.
Is it Tanzania?
Zanzibar. He's from Zanzibar. Goddamn, Ted.
But you're right.
Speaking of English people,
but is it crazy?
Talk about a man from Zanzibar.
Man with horse teeth from Zanzibar.
Speaking English people.
He sounds like he's a buccaneer.
It seemed like a smooth transition.
Okay.
It was just wrong.
Are we talking about Freddie Mercury now?
We are. On Jeopardy, they had a whole category about Queen.
Okay.
I'm sure you could guess some of the answers.
This lead singer was given the biggest send-off in history at the 1992 tribute concert for AIDS awareness. Vincent.
Is Freddie Mercury?
Yes.
Queen's Concert 8.
Queen stole the show at this July 1985 worldwide concert. Vincent again.
Live Aid?
Live Aid, correct.
Queen's Concert 12.
Queen has been touring with this American Idol alumnus as frontman, seen here with Brian May.
Who's Ruben Studdard?
Adam Lambert. Vincent, back to you.
Queen's 16.
Queen kicked off its 2017 North American tour in Phoenix and kicked off the concert singing, "We Will Do This."
Oh.
Vincent.
What is Rock You?
Rock You, yeah.
Queen's 2.
Anything for the prisoner number of this man. The 46664 campaign started with a Queen concert in South Africa. Vincent.
Who's Mandela?
Good.
Damn. Was that the same guy who went through the whole thing?
No. Not on that one.
Okay.
But a lot of people that go through the entire categories.
You always get applause, right?
You get applause. He's going to say...
Fanfare, confetti.
Yeah, right? And he's going to say, hey, great job. Like, you did this or that. So now I have...
Still in second place. He is harsh.
Only thing you know.
That's the thing with Alistair. I always remember, on any game show, there is that moment where you talk to the contestants, tell us a little bit about yourself. So... And it's just Alistair Beck being Alistair Beck. And there was a woman there, and she says, well, I'm from wherever I'm at, but I work as an emergency room nurse. And he lays out this horrible scenario like, hey, someone comes in, they've had an arm severed, and there's a bullet hole wound in their neck. And you're like, oh, my God, man. And she's like, we'll just do the best we can. It's like, all righty then, back to the game.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn, man.
Yeah.
You ever watch a man die under your care? All right, you're on the board.
Do you ever wonder if the spirits are in you?
The category is...
He does not.
When things leave the body. Right. So I have a list here of the 10 richest Jeopardy champions, winners of all time. I could go through the whole list, but the main thing is there's a surprise in here.
The surprise is?
Who do you think's number one?
I would assume Jennings.
Wrong.
No?
No.
I'm not going to lie to you. That makes me happy only because I heard he's a bit of a douche.
Ken Jennings comes in at number 2 with $3.3 million.
I'll only talk to you if you pay me.
That was in 2004. But in 2000, there's a guy named Brad Rutter. He got $4.5 million.
Suck on that, Ken.
I'll only eat here if you pay me. I'll only breathe this air if this air pays me to breathe the air.
You know me from Jeopardy.
When I saw the list,
you know me because I'm a contestant on a game show, and you need to pay me for that knowledge of you knowing my name. But here's a scam, put in the money, I won't look.
Right, when I saw that list, I just say same thing. I just assumed Ken Jennings was on there.
So how we never heard about this Rutter guy?
You know what? He made more money than Jennings. I think Jennings just with one more. I don't know.
More episodes.
He's like the Lee Greenwood, like when tragedy strikes and 3,000 people die, like he's around to answer trivia for money.
Right. I'll sing that song for you.
To be an American trivia whore.
A lot of times we talk about Big Bang Theory and how much it dominates, but we don't really know a ton of people that watch it. Like I said, I meet a lot of people that like NCIS. Big Bang Theory, not as much, and everybody always makes fun of it. Well, they started their 12th and final season, and the ratings are down. Again, just a little bit for them. But they had basically 12.5 million people. Last year's premiere had 17.5 million people.
But see, here's one beautiful thing. Once you're in the death throes of your show and you've announced it, this is our last season, they don't care if 3 people watch it and it happens to be their mothers. They're like, whatevs, man, I'm out. Because we're not looking to renew. All of the stress is gone. This is my retirement season. If we don't win the Super Bowl, what can you do?
Also, keep in mind, this hasn't Jesus, man, I'm struggling today. Hasn't equated for the fact that DVR numbers and stuff haven't come in yet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Equated for, is that the right, that can't be the right word for it.
They haven't equated for yet the DVR number?
Accounted.
I was right to start with the A.
You're all right. I thought you were going for an equate, but either way.
You know, maybe that was what it was. You guys hear about this? Freddie Mercury, he's English.
He's from Zanzibar, but he's an Englishman.
Have you ever been to Zanzibar?
Everyone thought it was a mustache, just a beard that was a little too high up on his face.
Couldn't come up with Zanzibar. I was like, Tanzania. Madagascar.
I never remember immediately, but I'm like, man, it's just some place that no one I know has ever been.
It sounds fun and exotic.
It does. Zanzibar.
Yeah, like I wonder, it seems like the kind of place Miles and I would go to a bazaar.
I love you, Colleen.
Actually, it sounds like a candy bar you give little kids. Hey, kids, try Willy Wonka's Zanzibar.
Covered in nuts.
Willy's Wonka's.
Suck on this.
Suck on my Zanzibar.
My tummy hurts. I had too many Zanzibars.
All of them in the shape of a mustache.
God, that would be so great.
Each one smells different. Ooh.
Tangy.
Some ratings from last week. It's that time of year. Football dominated.
Of course.
Yeah. The Emmy Awards, again, he was like, yeah, their ratings are really down. The Emmy Awards still came in 5th place with 10 million people watching the show.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, TV's just down in general. It's going to keep going down as there's more better options.
Well, I wonder what it is.
Like, a way.
Do you really wonder what it is?
Numbers keep going. Yes, they will continue to keep going down for forever. It's like the population of the Earth will continue to go up as far as we know, unless something catastrophic happens.
And we said this. If you have a network show, you're still going to have the most popular shows out there.
Because you're everywhere.
Right. Yeah. But it's just, there's so many other services.
And there's different ways of digesting this content.
And there's different shows where I got a chance to see boobies.
Right, exactly.
Boobies!
Yeah, and I mean, right, like, forget even just other shows and stuff competing. You got to compete with teenagers watching other teenagers play video games.
Right. I just saw.
Sorry, that one I still struggle with.
Yeah.
But they love it.
Well, is it any different than us watching a sport?
I mean, I guess not.
I would like to play a game of football. I know that I cannot. I would die in a second, but I'm more than willing to sit down for hours and watch these other guys play a sport. Right? I mean, if you look at it as a sport, you're watching who you perceive to be the best playing it, right? Within their skill level, you kind of go like I watch. So I guess if I'm that into video games, right, and there's somebody who's that good at it, I think, yes, I could sit down and watch them do their thing.
I guess it's just different because you can play that.
Yeah,
right,
right.
Like, we can't go out
go to an NFL stadium.
Oh, yes, we can.
Find
we
11,
can throw,
11.
catch.
Well, I'm saying we could have a catch.
Put down the stadium with 50,000
right,
people
it's like
cheering
we're going to go tackle each other, too, at this point.
Nah, not more than once.
No.
Time out. Hang on. I pulled a hammy because I ran.
Speaking of football players, even though he switched to baseball now, Tim Tebow was on talking with Strahan, and he listened to some interesting music at the gym.
When you're in the gym, though, I heard you are not necessarily motivated by a lot of like bop, bop, bop. What do you listen to?
What's that bop, bop, bop? I hear you. Okay, totally.
What do you listen to in the gym? Did I hear?
You know what? I think some people will be shocked. I'm a little bit calmer in the gym because I'm naturally kind of amped up. So I'll listen to softer stuff, Frank Sinatra, Disney music, Christian music.
Yeah.
I think they're even shocked when I was like, I even like Moana. Yeah. First of all, you do too.
I do. I love Moana, but I'm not in the gym like blaring through my headphones Moana or Disney musicals, but I'm glad you do it.
This virginity thing is a front.
I'm just saying.
It's a complete front.
Can you imagine a man the size of Tim Tebow? Forget his football, whatever. Like, the man is a physical specimen, and he's like in the corner repping deadlifts or something. Like, I would never be like, I bet he's listening to Disney tunes.
That's got to be Moana. You got Moana strength.
Right? I mean, I know he's an intense guy, but that just seems insane. Be like a weirdo like me. Just don't use headphones.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. Mike's got your headlines coming up here in just a few minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Man who is making sausage in his garage prefers to make sausage by hand. Meanwhile, a passenger who charged the cockpit to charge his phone is now permanently banned. You like that one, Mike? I know. That was a good one. Florida teacher fired after 17 years for giving students who didn't turn in a paper a zero. A man who stole $96,000 from employer, in my mind, and everyone else's, is kind of a hero. And for some reason, college president has to apologize for doing a beer bong, and that sucks. And it's time for headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's was my cock.
All right, our top story. We go to Florida where police responded to a domestic dispute call that was for the weirdest reason. The senior couple were shouting back and forth at each other because the husband wanted desperately for his wife to pop a pimple that was on his back, and she refused.
How bad is that pimple?
Right?
It's starting to get sensitive, Edith.
Enough that it hurts, yes.
Pop the pimple already.
Popping bottles of pimples.
Pop the pimple.
Do you not love me?
Just pop the pimple.
I'd pop that thing.
I know you would.
I need a pimple popper.
Like Zuber. I just come over and Zuber that thing.
So would my girlfriend. You know what warning I get with her? Ooh, hold still. When police arrived on the scene, they made it clear that this altercation was just verbal, nonviolent. The police report does not say if the pimple eventually got popped.
Just pop the pimple.
Come on, it hurts.
Officer, hit it with your gun. Pistol whip it.
Pistol whip my pimple.
In other news, it appears that Dunkin' Donuts will be no more. As of January, you will start to see fewer and fewer Dunkin' Donuts out.
I've already noticed the change here in Seattle.
As they rebrand themselves simply as Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
This is to appeal to a younger audience, giving them a broader focus on other products that they serve, like that delicious coffee.
Yeah, whatever.
The joke is, if you're listening in other markets, they won't allow Dunkin' Donuts here in Seattle.
Yeah.
But dude,
it was fantastic coffee though. I loved it.
Well, it's great. They won't allow it here. They won't allow it.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense because the owner's name is Duncan, right?
I'm not working on it.
It's Dunkin' Donuts. I just don't understand. Like, what does Dunkin' mean now?
Like dunking donuts.
Right, but they took away the donuts.
But Ted, who seriously takes a donut and dunks it in their coffee anymore? I mean, I'd say more biscotti even than that. I mean, come on.
Well, it was back in the day when donuts were a lot more simpler.
I do like that cake donut that's specifically for they got me on that. They have it at Dunkin' Donuts.
It's so old school. Like after you dunk a cake donut in coffee, you go outside and rip down a pack of Reds or something.
You read the paper. You kick kids off their lawns.
It's that old Campbell unfiltered.
You'll still eat Aunt Jemima. Most of us don't have slaves.
We take to the skies in India.
There she is, not like,
We take to the skies in India where a flight passenger was offloaded for breaking a pretty well-known rule. The man was believed to be drunk and just wanted to charge his phone. So he attempted to break into the cockpit of the plane. He was, of course, arrested and questioned by authorities, but no charges were filed.
No charges at all.
That's the shocking thing. No charges are filed. That's a federal offense here in this country.
That he stormed the cockpit.
I need a plug.
I want to say that wasn't it like headed to Dubai or something like that?
Mumbai.
My bad.
I'm Mumbai sexual. You know what I'm saying?
I like to have sex in India, but only on the weekends. You know what I'm saying?
That plane has
during the week I'm straight laced.
A USB charger.
Devil's Triangle, also known as Dubai.
A creepy story.
That's what the city's land of the Devil's Triangle.
A creepy story out of North Dakota. A man was making sausages in his garage when a terrible accident occurred.
Garage sausage. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Dude, I'm in for garage sausage.
You like garage sausage? I don't got them. I can buy meat grinders by hand.
He was removing a chunk of meat from the mixer when he accidentally stepped on the pedal that activated the mixer. The blades managed to sever the bone of his left arm, but did not remove the hand, which was still attached with skin, nerves, and tissue. Thinking that he would bleed to death if he didn't act fast, the man cut off the remainder of the hand himself.
Do you eat the sausage? Do you go hand sausage? Finish the job.
At the end of the day, it's all the same thing, isn't it?
It really
handy
is.
Garage sausage.
It's parts.
It's ground up parts. That's
Try
right.
Andy's handy garage sausage.
Here's a handy for you.
Oh no, handy sausage.
Old fashioned handy sausage.
We call it a handy.
Like Grandma used to do.
No button required. Officers tied a tourniquet on his arm, but doctors were not able to reattach the hand.
Would you eat a tourniquet cat bar?
Oh no. A teacher in Florida has been fired for going against the school's no zeros policy. The teacher gave her students 2 weeks to finish a project. 2 weeks, of which a lot of students turned in nothing at all.
All those kids are zeros.
She asked the school officials what she should do. They told her to give them half credit. Everybody, if lowest credit that you can get for at that school is 50%. There is no zeros.
No.
Just remember this. Instead of elevating what children need to do to be smarter, we just lower it so that they can stay stupid.
Correct.
I mean, honest to God, look,
because they don't want to hurt their feelings now.
Because that means if the worst you can do is a 50, it's so easy to get your average above 70.
Don't worry about the tech jobs. You want to work in steel and in the coal mine.
You want to wash coal.
You want to clean the coal with a dove.
Not liking the
like
answer
a pigeon
at all.
who gets, in an oil spill.
And taking matters into her own hands, the teacher gave all students that didn't turn in projects a 0 grade, like she should have.
Yeah, because that's what they earned.
She was immediately fired from her position of 17 years.
So 17 years of teaching, and you accurately, like, look, man, if you didn't do anything, there's no other grade you can give you. If you turned something in and got everything wrong, you should still get a 0, but I would allow that she gives you 50%. Apparently,
sure, at least you tried.
But you didn't even turn anything in. Right. The fact that, I mean, what are you telling kids then? Right. Why are you bothering to teach them math if in that moment
they're dry? One day they're going to be a cold cleaner.
That's right.
Come on.
The college,
get with the times.
The college president at Southeast Missouri State University has felt the need to issue an apology after his actions before a football game surfaced. In a video shared online, the college president can be seen drinking from a beer bong.
Good.
Yay, go to that school. Go to that school.
He has since apologized and promised that it will not happen again. That's it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. If you missed any of today's episode, download the Men's Room app. You can catch up on those and many more on demand anytime, anywhere. We'll see you next time for Big Tummy, No Way Sherlock. Head Chef is back with Ted's Meat and Potatoes.
Yes, indeed. But until then, please do what you do best. And for Letha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man.
A Double Flush production.
Oh, thanks, everyone. I have 2 announcements. First, we didn't use Easy Cater for this meeting, which is why the food never arrived. Also, and I just thought of this, effective immediately, everyone will be paid in wildly volatile cryptocurrency. You're all now billionaires. And now you're broke.
Bad ideas happen when there's no food for the meeting. So make sure it's on time and as ordered from more than 80,000 restaurants. Now, Easy Cater.
You're rich again. And now you're not.
Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.